I'd like to share a true story that was written by Ida Mae Kemple and appeared in Focus on the Family magazine in April of 1988. Jeremy was born with a twisted body and a slow mind. At the age of 12, he was still in the second grade, seemingly unable to learn. His teacher, Doris Miller, often became exasperated with him. He'd squirm in his seat and drool and make grunting noises. At other times, he spoke clearly and distinctly as if a spot of light had penetrated the darkness of his brain. Most of the time, however, Jeremy irritated his teacher. Spring came and the children talked excitedly about the coming of Easter. Doris told them the story of Jesus, and then, to emphasize the idea of new life springing forth, she gave each of the children a large plastic egg. Now, she said to them, I want you to take this home and bring it back tomorrow with something inside that shows new life. Do you understand? Yes, Miss Miller, the children responded enthusiastically, all except for Jeremy. He just listened. His eyes never left her face. He didn't even make his usual noises. Had he understood what she said about Jesus' death and resurrection? Did he understand the assignment? Perhaps she should call his parents and explain the project to him. That evening, she got distracted and completely forgot about phoning Jeremy's parents. The next morning, 19 children came to school laughing and talking as they placed their eggs in the large wicker basket on Miss Miller's desk. After they completed their math lesson, it was time to open the eggs. In the first egg, Doris found a flower. Oh yes, a flower is certainly a sign of new life, she said. When plants peek through the ground, we know that spring is here. A small girl in the first row waved her arm. That's my egg, Miss Miller, she called out. The next egg contained a plastic butterfly, which looked very real. Doris held it up. We all know that a caterpillar changes and grows into a beautiful butterfly. Yes, that's new life too. Little Judy smiled proudly and said, Miss Miller, that one's mine. Next, Doris found a rock with moss on it, and she explained that moss, too, showed life. And Billy spoke up from the back of the classroom. My dad helped me, he beamed. Then Doris opened the fourth egg. She gasped. The egg was empty. Surely it must be Jeremy's, she thought. And of course, he didn't understand the instructions. If only she had not forgotten to phone his parents. Because she didn't want to embarrass him, she quietly set the egg aside and reached for another. Suddenly, Jeremy spoke up. Miss Miller, aren't you going to talk about my egg? Flustered, Doris replied, but Jeremy, your egg is empty. He looked into her eyes and said softly, yes, but Jesus' tomb was empty too. Time stopped. And when she could speak again, Doris asked him, do you know why the tomb was empty? Oh, yes, Jeremy said. Jesus was killed and put in there, and then his father raised him up. The recess bell rang. While the children excitedly ran out to the schoolyard, Doris cried. The cold inside her melted and went completely away. 3 months later, Jeremy died. Those who paid their respects at the mortuary were surprised to see 19 eggs on top of the casket. All of them empty. Easter reminds us that we all have hope because Jesus has risen from the dead. Because he lives, we live. I'm Pastor Jeff Collins, and I want to encourage you to make it a great week.